Low profile mic arms are really nice because they're designed to stay out of the frame in a video shot. So in this video, we're gonna look at an incredibly versatile low profile mic arm, the Fifine BM88. Now Fifine did send me the BM88 for purposes of making this video, but they have no say in this content and all the thoughts in this video are gonna be my own. When I first unboxed the BM88, I was really impressed with just the overall finish of the arm and how low profile yet sturdy it feels. All the joints work really well. It's got just a really tight feel to it. You can adjust the tension on the main arm with an Allen screw, and it has no problem holding my Shure SM7B in place. And if you're having any issues with it actually holding, you can just loosen it and then tighten it back up. That should get rid of any play. What's really nice about a low profile arm like this is you're able to quickly set up your mic depending on what the yoke is like on your microphone, and you can get it where it's really close to you, but it's out of the shot for your video. So I really like this versus some of the bigger arms that can sometimes get in the way. This has a really easy to use clamp and it works on any surface up to 2.4 inches thick, and you need to be at about 0.8 inches minimum. I'm using a 3/4 inch desk and it fits fine on that. You also need to have about 2.1 inches of depth to be able to get it on your desk. So whenever you actually start messing with the arm, it's really impressive just how flexible it is. You can easily move it out of the way and fold it up like this so it's out of your shot completely, or if you're doing work on your computer, you don't want the mic close by, you can have it out of the way. And you can easily pull it back into frame. I think the biggest weakness with this is there's this ball joint on it that works pretty well. You're able to tighten it down with a single knob. But the problem I have with the ball joint is it actually can't go to a straight 90-degree angle. So if we have this arm straight like this, we can't actually get our mic pointing straight up. It's always going to be slightly crooked on it. So I wish that was a little different. And you can get around this by just being creative with the placement of the yoke. Like you could use the Shure SM7B this way, push it out to the side a little bit more. I just wish that the ball joint had a little bit more flexibility in it just to be able to work with different setups. Another interesting thing about the ball joint is you actually have a 1/4 20 thread on it, and then they give you a 1/4 20 to 3/8 inch adapter and a 3/8 inch adapter to 5/8. So you can use this with camera gear, pretty much any mic type, whether it has the smaller 1/4 20 thread, a 3/8 or a 5/8 as well. You'll notice on my SM7B, I did have to get a little creative. I had to put the thread adapter in the SM7B before I could actually thread it on to the other adapter. So that was a little bit interesting to get that in there, but I was able to make it work just fine. This has been a great mic arm to use with any of the mics I own. And I also love that on the SM7B, you can see it even clears the XLR on the bottom. And that's an issue that you can run into with some mic arms. I think my favorite thing about the BM88 is it's such a low profile mic arm with no visible branding on the arm itself. The only label I can see over here, it says Fifine on the clamp. Other than that, it's just super sleek and minimal, which I hate having brand names that are really big on mic gear when you're trying to just focus on the content that's going on instead of the branding behind it. One other thing about the clamp, it is the kind that you can spin the clamp and you can actually pull it down and move it out of the way as you tighten it. I do find that it doesn't spring super well, but it's fine and it gets the job done. Let's go through some measurements on the BM88. If you have it fully extended like this, your reach is going to be about 26 inches from the center of the column to the edge of the threads. And this does need to have a desk that measures about 0.8 to 2.4 inches thick. I'm using it just fine though on my desk that measures about 3/4 inches thick. One other thing about this that I really love is it has cable management built in, and the cable management doesn't fall out like some other mic arms that I've used before. So to take the cable management tray off, you just slide it out. It pops out like that, and you're able to easily insert your XLR cable and leave a little slack to get through the different joints. Then to put it back on, it literally just snaps into place that easily. I didn't even have to really look at it, and it was able to fit just fine. So I love the cable management they built into it. You do just see a little bit of cord at the joints, but that's very sleek and very low profile. The BM88 retails for about $60, which I feel like is an absolute steal for a minimal, sleek, and sturdy mic arm like this. Really the only issue I had, at one point I felt like this arm was a little bit weak. All I had to do was take the included Allen wrench, tighten it just a little bit, and now it's able to hold a heavy mic like the Shure SM7B really well. If you have any issues with the arm wanting to move at all, I recommend just putting it a little higher than you think you need it. Let it settle for just a second and it's going to stay in place just fine. Really the only complaint I have is with this ball joint and that it can't go at the perfect 90-degree angle. I just think that would give you a little bit more flexibility with it, but you really can't complain because it does do such a good job in making any mic, even the Shure SM7B, able to clear. You can rotate it in so many different ways. swivel the arm. You can jack it up high like this if you want as well. You can fully extend it to the side, and then when you're done with it, just make sure your joints are tightened up, and then you can easily store your microphone out of the way and have a clean desk surface to work on again. If you're interested in buying the Fifine BM88, I have links to buy it in the description below. If you have any other questions about this mic arm, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content.